What is happening, champions? Here we are once again in the StuG 3, and I'm really proud to show you this replay specifically because this is what I believe to be a perfect game in the StuG 3. I know a lot of people would beg to differ, but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't get a Radley Walters, I don't go crazy, but I just have the type of gameplay in this machine that it deserves. I've got the L70 gun on there, not the L28 that everybody else likes to use and ruin their machine with. And I want to talk about the L28 the entire time this video goes, and why you should never use that gun on this machine. And I know that's a bold claim to make. I realize that there are people out there that could have gotten Top Guns or Radley Walters with their L28, and I don't believe it. I probably should look it up and see if there's any videos on YouTube of people doing it, but I think that the L70 is the perfect gun for this tank, that it was made for this tank, and there it is in all of its glory, the L70. So let's go ahead and watch the replay, and I'm going to talk about why I believe this is a perfect replay for this machine.
Let's go!
Okay, so your StuG is a stealthy sniper. It delivers pain from long range, takes tanks out, and it's just really good at what it does. And this is the perfect condition for your StuG. You're in a Tier 5 maximum match. You're in a map like Airfield, where it's very long range. There's plenty of places where you can snipe from and do a lot of damage. And all you need is somebody to get up there and spot for you, and that's what's going to happen. This KV-1 is going to get up there and spot for us. And I'm just going to deal out the damage from long range. So there he is. There's the KV-1. He's going to start taking hits. I won't be able to see it yet, but I will see a BT-7 in just a second here. And as I was saying before, you're going to see some classic sniper gameplay. So, my first shot hurts him a lot. My second shot takes him out. Notice that even with all these other guys up here on the hill, I beat them all out as far as rate of fire and accuracy goes. I mean, and when I say accuracy, I mean some of them probably did not even fire because they were not completely ready. Their tank had not aimed all the way yet. And the StuG fired 2 shots accurately in the time that it took for them to aim. And that's what I mean. This thing is just it deals damage from range. It's beautiful. It's a great gun. If you're using the L28 gun, you'd have to wait for the aiming time. If you missed, you'd have to wait for your rate of fire. Watch this. And you might not even penetrate and do max damage. So I took his tracks off first right there. And now watch this. That is a heavy tank, a Tier 5 heavy tank. And I'm going to get through his frontal armor every time with this L70 gun. The penetration is just that good. Took a blind shot there and it still hits him. 44% health. Look at that penetration. 150 millimeters of penetration at Tier 5. This gun is just amazing. So now you've done the work of sniping, so we're going to move up to a different position, and that's what snipers do, is they reposition as the situation demands it. And the StuG has the maneuverability and the mobility to do that. So we got a KV-1, he's moving up, he's getting hit by something, and you'll see it in a second here. Now I want to pause it here. That's an SU-85B. If I had the L28 gun, the 105mm gun, the cannon, the derp cannon, I could potentially one-shot this SU-85B. I just have to wait for the aiming circle to shrink, and then I'd have to hope that it hits him. I mean, it's not the most accurate gun on the planet. Plus, it's got a slower shell. Not the shell, the slug. The slug moves a lot slower than the slug on the L70. So, I mean, there's all sorts of factors you have to think about when you're using a derp cannon. And that's why I don't like to use them. Because watch this. Yes, I may be able to one-shot this SU-85B.
Enemy armor is hit.
But why the hell would I want to? I mean, with the accuracy and the rate of fire of the L70 gun, I do not need to use the L28. It's completely obsolete. This gun renders that cannon obsolete. I feel like you have an advantage in pretty much every fight with the L70 gun. Plus, when you're using the L28, you're more inclined to get in close because of your accuracy and your supposed damage output and your penetration. Now, in the StuG, a machine with 350 hit points, you definitely do not want to be getting in close. But, as I said earlier, we've cleared out this whole area. Now it's time to move. And look at the speed. Look at the maneuverability of this StuG. I can get into a new position with ease. And that really is the downfall of a lot of L28 users, because they feel like they're so maneuverable that they can get up in close, and it just makes the situation even worse for them to be that close. Do I have the rate of fire to fire another shot off? Yes I do. Another great example of the L70 just dominating. Now this is interesting here. You'll notice down here I've switched to HE. HE used to be good for taking out artillery, but since patch 8.7, this has completely changed. Look at that. Clear shot at the back of the tank. Look at that. But I have the rate of fire to get the kill. I mean, really, that's just amazing that I had that ability. The L70 gun gave me my top gun right there, and it always will. I will never use the L28 gun on this machine. I do not think it's a viable option. Now, there you go. That's the end of the match. That to me was just a perfect game. You saw the classic sniper gameplay. I moved when I needed to move. I wasn't even spotted. I didn't take any damage. I didn't get in close and get stuck in like a heavy tank, but that would be the opposite of what you would want to do in this machine. Alright, so let's go to the after battle results screen. Alright, so that was some technical gameplay from the StuG. That's really what it was meant to do. It was meant to snipe and then later become the predator of the battlefield. So at the start of the match, you really want to come out, be sniping players, be putting constant damage into players, and make them fear. I mean, look at all these shots I put into different players. You just want to snipe. You want to hang back. You want to let your teammates do the scouting. And you want to use that L70 gun, that incredible gun that they give you at Tier 5 with the StuG, and not use the 10.5 or 105 millimeter, whatever you want to call it. Do not use that gun on this machine. This machine deserves the L70. And when you put it on this machine, it becomes the deadliest tank at Tier 5, in my opinion. As you see, we took no damage. We had no danger at all. I mean, and at the very end of the match, after we were done dominating all the other snipers, or would-be snipers, we became Predator, and we came out there and we positioned ourselves in places where we could get enemies. And then at the very end, with that surprise moment where my HE wasn't doing shit to that artillery, we even had the rate of fire to pull it off and get the artillery in the end. So what I'm trying to say here is that the L70 gun is perfect for your StuG and nothing else. That's the only thing you should use. And I hate to put it out there and say it, because I know there's going to be people that want to disagree with me, show me different videos. I know that, but I've shown you enough videos to prove to you that I feel like this is the right gun for this machine. So let's take a look at the results. 27,802 credits, 2,108 experience, doubled for the first victory. We got a Master Gunner, a Top Gun, and a Sniper. And I really feel like this is kind of just a typical game in the StuG. I mean, obviously you don't always get a Top Gun. Top Gun's very hard to get. But I feel like you always get Sniper, and you always get Master Gunner or Sharpshooter, because this machine is just damn good. It's just very, very high performance, and if you know how to use it, you can be the deadliest machine on the battlefield. So let's take a look at what we critted. On that KV-1, we hit him in the fuel tank, the track, and then the fuel tank at the very end. On the T-14, we hit him in the track and knocked it out, destroyed it actually. On the Su-26, we killed the commander and loader. So our HE actually was doing something. It was just doing modules damage, which is, what it was intended for, but it used to be so good at taking artillery out. That HE used to be what you needed to use back then, before patch 8.6 and 7. So I really think they've just done something horrible to HE. It's just not good at taking artillery or anything out nowadays. So I think I'm going to learn my lesson. This is the video where I learn my lesson and I stop using HE to take artillery out. I'm just going to use normal rounds, because honestly, that end was a little too stressful for me. I mean, there was no point in it. Okay, 703 experience, 2 battle merits, and 1,531 damage done with 6 kills. This KV1, Gold Talons, you are a good man. You were my spotter, you were my scout, and you did a very good job. You helped me out a lot, so you deserve everything that you get. Gold Talons, if you ever watch this video, I really enjoyed playing with you. Detailed report. 17 shots fired, 17 direct hits, 17 penetrations. I mean, come on. Do you need any more? I mean, that's proof right there that this machine is just exactly what you want. 1,531 damage done, and I'm saying that in the perspective of a guy who likes to drive tank destroyers. So drive tank destroyers and just have fun. Get this machine. Definitely something to do on your to-do list right there if you're a tank destroyer driver. 27,802 credits. It cost me 9,599 to fire that ammunition, so basically $10,000, but I still made a profit of 18,203 credits. So you don't make a ton of profit when there's not an event running or something like that, and you don't have a good game. So you don't normally, you'd probably make about 2,000, 3,000 credits maybe as a profit if you just have a normal game. But if you have a great game, you can make 18,000 credits, which is a very good chunk of money to make. And there you go. That is it. Another great battle in the StuG on Airfield. So yeah, there you go. If you like the video, leave me a like, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Take it easy, gents.